Hello again, it's Paul Tilley, and today I'd like to talk to you about the next unit, which is organizational markets. Now, organizational markets is a name that we really should define first, and what it is business selling to business. Okay? So far, all we've talked about is buying things from a consumer's perspective. So a consumer would actually go and buy something. In organizational markets, what happens is the consumer is not really involved at all. It is an organization buying from another organization to serve the needs of the organization. Now, one of the first things that we discuss in here is the fact that there are three basic organizational markets. Okay? The first organizational market is resellers. Resellers just buy something from a company and take it and turn around and sell it again. Now you can imagine a wholesaler would be an example of that, where a wholesaler, for example, would buy fruits and vegetables from a fruit and vegetable producer and then take them in and turn around and sell them out to retail stores. So effectively what they're doing is they're taking the product in, breaking the bulk or tearing it, sorting it out, doing something with it in order to add some value, but not really changing the product. They're just selling it off again. That's a reseller. And that's a very important form of organizational market. The next form of organizational market deals with organizations that take it in and change it. We call that an industrial market. An industrial market takes a product, raw material let's say, and does something with it, refines it, changes it, adds to it, does some application on it in such a way to add value to it so that they can sell it again. Take, for example, a fish plant. A fish plant would take a raw fish in and process the fish. So they would add value to it in some way or another, and that processed fish then would be sold off to another company who would do something else with it. So this would be an example of an industrial market. And generally we see lots of industrial markets all around: oil refineries, paper mills, automobile plants. These are all examples of industrial markets. The third major category of market in the organizational sense is government. And we don't normally consider government as an organization, but it is very much an important part of the economy. If we look at the three levels of government, be it federal, provincial, or municipal, each of those forms of governments buy products from manufacturers or wholesalers. They take those products and they use them for the common good. They don't use them themselves necessarily, but they use them for us taxpayers. So for example, when the provincial government buys road salt, it takes that salt, stockpiles it, and when sloppy winter days come, they take the road salt and they spread it on the highways. Now, you and I are not buying that road salt, the provincial government is, but the provincial government is using it on our behalf to keep the roads safe. So that would be a form of what we call a government market. Now there is another type of market, and realistically an industrial market or a reseller market or a government market could act in this one, and that is a global. When we look at a global market, what it is effectively one of those three operating internationally. And that's really the only significant point of difference. So that's the first major issue we need to be aware of in this chapter.